Good morning, people. Richie from Driftomaniacs here, and today I've got Phil Jolley, who has kindly agreed to be interviewed. And Phil is what I would call the king of speedruns out there on YouTube. And if you don't know Phil, then I think you may have been living in the dark and not been watching any speedrun videos on YouTube, because I class Phil as the king of speedrun videos, be it Traxxas or Armour. Phil has driven at some crazy speeds, as we're about to find out in this interview. If you like what Phil has got to say today, and you want to check out some of his speedrun videos, then I'll put a link to his channel below in the description. Anyway, let's get straight down to interviewing Phil. Morning, Phil.
What's going on?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Okay, well, morning, everyone, and welcome, Phil Jolley, king of speedruns, as I would say he's called. I can't think of anyone else out there that has broken more speedrun records and run cars faster than Phil, who's very kindly agreed to be interviewed this morning. So I'm going to dive straight into it. Phil, what was your first RC car?
The first hobby grade would have been a Traxxas Rustler.
Okay. And your worst RC channel moment? Fire, crash, etc.?
Probably lately, man, when I hit myself with the infraction at like 136.
Oh,
yeah, that would probably been my worst.
Did you break anything on that? Oh, well, other than no?
I don't think so, man. I had a pretty good limp for about a month, but after that, I mean, it hit my foot.
Man.
And it wasn't a dead-on hit, but it hit pretty good. So that's probably my worst thing lately.
Yeah, that's always the thing that's worried me. I mean, I once reversed my low CXLE into me. I was going to put it in the back of the car and reversed it into my leg at 5 miles an hour. Anyway, yeah. 20 minutes later, when I got up off the ground. Okay, and moving on, what's your favorite RC car brand and why?
Brand?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to say Arma. I mean, the way they put cars out, they listen to what everybody wants and try to implement that in the next models and such. Yeah. So definitely Arma.
Definitely Arma. Yeah, because I know you've run some of the fastest Traxxas cars out there as well, haven't you? Yeah. Okay. What's your biggest RC car regret?
I got to say the X01.
X01. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it when it first came out, ran it for maybe 2 or 3 months, and sold it.
Yeah.
I hated that car, honestly.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do I mean, Traxxas are holding fire, I guess, at the minute on any releases on there. I mean, people think they're just sitting back, but I have a feeling that they've got a marketing plan and they're sticking to it. So I do wonder if we're going to see maybe a revised XL1, do you think, or a completely remodeled one?
I really don't know. I mean, they haven't had anything, like that out since. So maybe now the Arma has released a Limitless. Maybe they're going to try something to compete with that. I really don't know, though, because they're pretty quiet about what they do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll just like flick of a switch, and then it's 2 weeks later, it's in the stores, isn't it, as well? But, now they have that model where they release the car to the store, and then for pre-orders, and then 2 weeks later, the cars hit the stores. So with a lot of the stores being closed, I guess they're holding fire on that. Okay, what RC car are you going to buy next?
Well, I just bought the Creighton EXB yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, have you started?
Yeah, so
you've started work on that already?
Yeah, I took it out this morning and played a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, you pleased with it? Yeah?
Yeah, so far. Like I say, I just took it out and ran it up down the road a little bit.
Yeah, that's what.
So far, it's been great.
Yeah, it's about the only Arma that I've not actually driven, that one. And how did you get into speedruns?
Honestly, man, I just playing here at the house. Like I say, I had a Rustler, and Brushless had just came out, and I think I had a Novak system in it. The old, what was it, 5800 or something they first came out with? I don't remember. I had that, and then I went, a lot of people ain't gonna know this brand, but I went with a Fago motor and a BK controller, and I just started, messing with that and getting faster, and then it just progressed from there. And that's been, man, a long time ago.
Yeah. How long have you been doing the speedruns for then?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably, I don't even know, man, tell you the truth.
Okay. And what is the best brand of car for starting out on speedruns? If anybody's watching your videos and they're keen to get into them, because I know you run some Armour, but you've also run Traxxas. There's quite a few Traxxas ones as well.
Honestly, right now, I'm going to have to say the Limitless.
Yeah.
Because that car is so smooth and so easy to drive. I mean, you could put about anything in it and make smooth hits. It's a really well thought out car.
Okay, that's good. So there we are, people. Anyone watching this? If Phil says the Limitless, I would go out and buy a Limitless. Okay. And what's the fastest you've ever driven an RC car, either on or off camera?
Oh, my Slash four-wheel drive at 168 mile an hour.
Awesome. Yeah, I only say on or off camera because I've gone faster off camera with my cars than I have on. It's always those moments, you know, oh, we should have a camera to record that. Yeah. Okay, and what's your number 5 tips to anyone wanting to get into speedrun cars?
God, man, it's a lot. Just take your time, you know, ask a lot of questions, you know, buy stuff that you see people using that works, you know. I prefer Castle Creations ESCs myself. You know, a lot of people run other stuff, but a lot of stuff shuts down. You know, like Hobby Wing, if you get on the throttle too fast, you'll hit the amp limit and they'll shut down. So I would stick with stuff you see working, the other people are using that works. I mean, maybe don't copy everything they do, but you know, use what you know works, the brands that work. And start out slow and don't try to, you know, first run 150 mile an hour because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen when you're trying to go fast.
Oh yeah. It's.
I mean, there's a lot of disappointments even now. I mean, I have bad days all the time. I mean, so yeah. I mean, just take your time and you know, don't try to rush it.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of say to my friends, I think like about 95% of the work on the speedrun is done like in the garage, getting the car ready, and the 5% is actually doing the run itself. Because if you've done the rest right, then that's where it happens. But I still repeatedly I have good days, but I still repeatedly make mistakes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all do.
Similar question, but what's the top 3 best speedrun products you'd recommend? I guess the one is Castle there.
Yeah, definitely Castle Creations, ESCs. Depends on the budget, man. As far as motors, I prefer new motors, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't run a lot. I have, you know, 3 or 4, but I usually run TP Power because they're good motors for the money. I mean, you can go fast with them. So TP Power, Castle Creations, and I mean, really, the brand would be, I guess, whatever car you wanted to use, or you know, I like Savox servos, but I've also ran Hi-Techs. I mean, really, whatever works, you know, for you, you know, I mean, because I like a brand don't mean everybody's going to like it.
Yeah. Okay. And cat packs?
Oh, of course, I'm going to say Riffle Killer.
And you're making it, you get those made and you're still shipping during the coronavirus time, aren't you?
Yeah, everything's, you know, running like normal.
Anybody who wants to check out Phil's cat packs, I will put a link to the website below the video. Okay, and what's the best RC car you've ever bought? Either a speedrun one or otherwise? Because like some of my favorite cars aren't necessarily the fastest ones I've got. But.
Yeah, man, I almost probably say my Slash 4-wheel drive, honestly, because at one time, it was a basher. You know, we used to take it off road and jump. And I had I was running a speed run off a GTP 2E. And I sold that car and I looked at my Slash and I said, I'm going to start speed running this. So it literally went from a basher to a speed car.
Yeah.
And then started working my way. It's a pretty versatile platform though. I mean, you can bash with it. And then, you know, you can turn them into street cars. There's a lot of street cars out there to Slash 4-wheel drive.
And what keeps you motivated the most in terms of speed runs and your RC channel?
Just having fun, man, honestly. I enjoy it. I mean, I don't care if I'm not the fastest, you know?
Yeah.
There's people that went faster than me. When I had, you know, the fastest Slash, then Ben went 170. I'm fine with that, you know? I just like doing it. It's fun, man. Pushing myself, seeing what I can accomplish.
Yeah, I'm the same on that. I get people commenting and saying, oh, you know, such and such has gone like 20 miles an hour faster. And I'm there like, fine, but you can't big. Those people are sort of missing the point of what I'm putting up in the video. So I know where you're coming from on that. What RC car don't you own, but want to own the most?
Right now, I don't know of anything, honestly. I mean, right this second, I was torn between a Creighton 8S and then the EXB came out, and I got the EXB because, like I say, I have a Lucy fifth scale.
Yeah.
and it would be comparable to me. It's comparable to a Creighton 8S. You know, they're both fifth scale.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always kind of wanted the X-Max. Never had one. Never played with one. I always kind of wanted one, just never bought it. So let me say X-Max, man. I guess I would go with something like that because I never had one.
Yeah.
And they look fun. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And I do wonder, would it been out like 5+ years now? I do wonder.
It's been out a while.
See maybe a refresh on that, you know, to compete with the bigger new armors on there. I mean, it's still king of the hill to my mind, but you know, I wonder if they're working on something to push it that one step higher. But
possibly.
Not that it needs more power. I don't think it needs to go to 12S. Okay, and what car would you next like to see Armour or Traxxas come out with?
Now, I would like to see a Typhon 1/5 scale. Even though I have the Lucy, I like to have a Typhon 1/5 scale.
Yeah, now you mention it, I think that would be appealing to me. Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty close to the Creighton, you know, shorter A arms and stuff. But I would like to have one of those. I don't know why. I just think it'd be fun to have.
Yeah, it's a very versatile. I mean, the 1/8 one's one of the most versatile cars out there, I think. Yeah.
I really like my Typhons. I mean, they're just fun buggies.
And lastly, do you think Kevin Talbot will hit over 203 miles an hour, or will Raz Schifrin beat him to it?
Honestly, 203, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, the work that Nick Case put into hitting that record, I mean, I don't see anybody doing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Case and Tim Smith were the two fastest people. And I think Tim Smith went 198, I believe, one time using a two-wheel drive rail, you know, a top fuel rail car. And both of them have worked for years to have reached that. And I don't see anybody getting close, not with anything off the shelf. I mean, Nick Case's car was all custom, and he worked years. I mean, working his way up to that speed, hitting 170s. The cars would blow over. I think he ran some 180s. He was fighting issues, you know, with blowovers and aerodynamics. And, I mean, I followed his progress, and I just don't see anybody taking anything off the shelf, doing some mods to it, and running 200.
Yeah, thanks for that, Phil. I think that's great honest opinion on there, and we'll certainly give Kev food for thought. One of the biggest issues I see on any car like that is the tyres.
Oh, definitely. Tyres are going to be an issue.
Yeah, when you're pushing that kind of speed. I mean, even the fastest ones out there, as Schifrin was saying about tyres blowing along the way, and he lost stuff at like 150 or so on there.
Oh, yeah, I've blown a lot of tires over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, in my opinion, BSR are still the best. But, I mean, I had one blowout the other day at it's been a couple of weeks ago now, at 155.
Wow.
And, I mean, so it's just a gamble anytime you're going fast. I mean, stuff like that can happen. It could be anything.
Okay.
But tires definitely would be an issue going that fast.
Okay, Phil, many thanks for letting me interview you today. If people like what I've seen today, like what I've heard, do check out Phil Jolley's channel. I'll put a link to it below the video. And if you like what you've seen today in terms of interviews like this with RC industry movers and shakers, which I do class Phil as one, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.